I grew up in the East Los Angeles area in the outskirts. After about when I was 5 years old, we moved out a little further out, just not too far. And I went to school in Bell. I went to Bell High School, and it was a pretty miserable experience for somebody who's grew up on really strong moral and family values, and taught to study hard and work hard in school and get good grades. It's not that environment where there's a lot of poverty is not the best environment for somebody to be doing that, because you run into a lot of pushback from your peers in school, and so it's kind of a lonely path when you're working really hard and getting good grades and doing the best you can, and other people kind of trying to bring you down. But I persevered. I just pushed through, and as a result of that, and also being pushed by my parents to do the best I could in school, I had the good fortune of being accepted into MIT, and I studied electrical engineering and computer science at MIT. Had an awesome time for 4 years. We played hard, we partied hard, we studied hard. I also played varsity football at MIT, Division III. So it was not hardcore. It was NCAA, but it wasn't like, we had at most like maybe 10 people watch our games. So it's a humbling experience, and that's actually. But there was a lesson in that we were not playing for glory. We were not playing for money or for going to the NFL. We played for ourselves, and there was an important lesson in that, in being able to persevere through the good games, the bad games, the good practices, the rough practices, and know that you're there on the field for yourself and no one else. And that teaches us taught us an important lesson about basically how to live our lives.
Working with Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, to develop a SEO blueprint for his website, richdad.com. And I believe that's last year, correct?
Yeah, well, about a year ago, Mike Dillard approached us and said, "Hey, there's a project here that might be good with Robert Kiyosaki's company, richdad.com." And our contact there, John Seifert, was their technical lead, needs some help, and they want to do some SEO on their site, and I recommended you guys. And so that's how we got introduced to the Rich Dad company in terms of making some recommendations for their online presence.